Welcome to a special tribute as we pause to honor the extraordinary lives that have come to a close today. From iconic athletes and legendary musicians to pioneers of the screen and science, join us as we celebrate the indelible legacies of those who changed our world forever. This is our final farewell to the legends we lost today, remembering Alex Zanardi, the unbreakable champion. We begin today by remembering a man whose life was a masterclass in the power of the human will. Alex Zanardi was more than a racing driver. He was a global beacon of hope, a mechanical genius, and a titan of two different sporting worlds. On May 1, 2026, the world lost a soul that simply refused to be defeated at the age of 59. Born in Bologna, Italy, Zanardi's journey was fueled by a relentless obsession with speed. By the late 1990s, he had become the undisputed king of American open-wheel racing. Driving for Chip Ganassi, he captured back-to-back kart world championships in 1997 and 1998. He was the man who turned the donut into an art form, celebrating his victories with a passion that made him a household name. He remains immortalized in racing history for the pass, an audacious, gravity-defying move at the Laguna Seca corkscrew that challenged the very laws of physics. But the true legacy of Alex Zanardi began not in victory, but in the heart of a tragedy that would have shattered any other man. In 2001, at the Lausitzring in Germany, a horrific high-speed collision tore his car in half and instantly claimed both of his legs. He was read his last rites 7 times. He lost nearly 80% of his blood. Medical science dictated that he should not survive. Alex decided otherwise. What followed was perhaps the most impressive comeback in the history of modern sports. Driven by an engineer's mind, Zanardi refused to accept a life of limitations. He designed his own prosthetic legs and custom hand controls for racing. Just 2 years after nearly losing his life, he was back in the cockpit of a professional race car, proving his elite speed by securing 4 victories in the World Touring Car Championship. Seeking a new horizon, he transitioned to the world of hand cycling. With the same grit he displayed on the asphalt, he dominated the Paralympic stage in London and Rio, securing an incredible 4 gold medals and 2 silver medals. He didn't just compete, he set world records. He became a 12-time world champion, and in 2018, he shattered the world record for the Ironman triathlon in the physically challenged category, finishing the grueling race in under 8.5 hours. Alex Zanardi leaves behind a world that is inspired by his defiance. He was a champion of the track, a legend of the Paralympics, and a universal symbol of courage. He taught us that while we cannot always control the cards we are dealt, we can always control how we play the hand. Today, we remember not just a driver, but a man who proved that the human spirit truly has no limits. Abdusamad Dormanov. Abdusamad Dormanov was a legendary powerhouse of Uzbek football whose tactical mastery and fierce leadership on the pitch defined a golden era for his nation. Born on November 15, 1965, and passing away on May 3, 2026, at the age of 60, he stood as a towering figure in Central Asian sports history. He was primarily celebrated for his immense discipline and his role as a founding pillar of the Uzbekistan national football team, becoming a symbol of resilience as the country transitioned to independence. His most significant professional contribution was his long-standing tenure with Neftchi Fergana. During his peak years in the 1990s, Dormanov acted as the engine of the midfield, leading the club to 5 consecutive Uzbek League titles between 1992 and 1995. His ability to control the tempo of a match and his defensive organization made Neftchi one of the most feared clubs in the region, helping them reach the semi-finals of the Asian Club Championship in 1995. On the international stage, Dormanov's legacy is forever defined by the historic 1994 Asian Games in Hiroshima. He was a vital component of the squad that defied all odds to go undefeated throughout the tournament, ultimately defeating China in the final to secure the gold medal. This achievement remains one of the proudest moments in Uzbekistan's sporting history, and Dormanov is remembered as a member of the Golden Generation, who proved the new nation could compete at the highest level of Asian sport. We pay a profound tribute to a man who was the heartbeat of Uzbek football. Beyond the trophies and the gold medals, Abdusamad Dormanov represented the very soul of the game: integrity, tireless work ethic, and an undying loyalty to his roots. His passing is a monumental loss, but his spirit lives on in every young athlete who steps onto the field in Fergana and beyond. Today, we salute a true pioneer and a national hero whose name will forever be etched in the annals of sporting greatness. Rest in peace, legend. James Chiu. James Chiu was a highly respected figure in the medical community, known for his dedication to healthcare and his deep impact on those around him. Born on October 12, 1968, and passing away on May 3, 2026, at the age of 57, he left behind a legacy of compassion and professional excellence. Throughout his career, James was celebrated for his commitment to patient care and his role as a mentor to younger medical professionals. He was a pillar of his local community, often volunteering his time to health initiatives and advocacy for better medical access. His colleagues remember him as a man of great integrity who handled the challenges of his profession with grace and a steady hand. Beyond his professional life, James was a devoted family man and a friend to many. He was known for his warmth, his quick wit, and his ability to make everyone in a room feel heard and valued. His loss is felt deeply by his family, his patients, and the wide circle of friends who were touched by his kindness. We pay a heartfelt tribute to James Chiu, a man whose life was defined by service to others. He represented the very best of his profession, blending technical skill with a rare, genuine empathy. While his passing leaves a void that cannot be filled, his influence remains in the lives he saved and the people he inspired. We honor a life well lived and a legacy of healing that will endure for years to come. Sohair Zaki. Sohair Zaki was a legendary icon of Egyptian belly dance whose elegance and musicality redefined the art form for a global audience. Born on January 4, 1945, and passing away on May 3, 2026, at the age of 81, she stood as one of the most beloved performers of the Golden Age of Egyptian cinema and dance. She was primarily celebrated for her pure, classical style and her unique ability to translate the complex compositions of Kulthum into fluid, mesmerizing movement, becoming a symbol of grace and cultural pride. Her most significant professional contribution was her revolutionary approach to dance as a form of high art. During her peak years from the 1960s through the 1980s, Zaki performed for world leaders and royalty, earning the nickname, the Sculptor of Dance, for her precise and delicate hip movements. She appeared in over 100 Egyptian films, where her performances were never merely interludes but central displays of charisma that brought traditional Egyptian dance to the forefront of mainstream entertainment. On the international stage, Zaki's legacy is defined by her role as a cultural ambassador. She was the first dancer to perform to the music of the legendary singer Kulthum, a feat previously thought impossible due to the sanctity of the music, but she won over the public and the singer herself with her profound respect and artistic depth. This achievement remains a milestone in Middle Eastern performing arts, and Zaki is remembered as a pioneer who elevated the status of the Raqs Sharqi to a respected professional discipline across the globe. We pay a profound tribute to a woman who was the heartbeat of Egyptian artistic expression. Beyond the stage lights and the cinematic fame, Sohair Zaki represented the very soul of elegance, unmatched poise, a deep connection to her heritage, and a timeless beauty that transcended borders. Her passing is a monumental loss to the world of art, but her spirit lives on in every dancer who strives for authenticity and grace. Today, we salute a true queen of the stage and a national treasure whose name will forever be etched in the annals of cultural greatness. Rest in peace, legend.